and
nice,
making hot beats.
Smart guy, really.
He knows his audience. He knows his ethics. He knows what he's trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
He knows the difference between good and crap. Unlike these sirens who don't realize we're on the damn air. Thanks, guys.
Oh, there they go.
Oh, somebody's having an emergency. That's more important than my podcast.
Here we go, then.
Oh, looks like we got another phone call. KillRadio.
Hey, what's going on? It's Jarmel Reece.
Hey, Jarmel, you're live on air, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling real nice, man. It was nice hearing your music earlier in the show. We played the whole 23-minute teaser that John Maxfield gave me for the Holy Bible, and we also played a couple of your songs off the SoundCloud page too, man. So what's been going on with you, man?
Yeah, I'm still on the road. Heading up to a little small town up in Missouri, trying to get some more shows going.
There you go, trying to drum up shows. Look at it, he's a traveling man, traveling, grinding right now.
Yeah, I'm grinding as we speak.
So tell us about the grind for Jarmel Reece, man. What's going on in your grind these days?
I mean, everyday stuff, man, like videos. I also do video editing and stuff like that, so it's real easy for me to do a lot of videos for myself and doing stuff like that. So I stay constantly posting up interviews and posting up just, making music, making sure that we be able to get this stuff out to the world.
Well, and you definitely have a strong message in all of the tracks that we played, and we played probably about 10. And I would say that the message, I would say personally, I would call conscientious or even spiritual or metaphysical even, but ethical for sure. And you're talking about a lot of stuff. So, I mean, tell us a little bit about your view on hip-hop, because it seems different than just about any of the artists we played on the show.
What it is like, saying I went to a point in life where I was like, I started listening to music and started seeing where I was going, and it wasn't going nowhere. It's a lot of people that's just rapping, and they rapping without a purpose. It started becoming more gossip, more so than substance. I thought hip hop lost its substance. And then, when I'm doing something that has more substance, people think it's more conscientious, or they think it's more this. But I'm actually, and I got back to the point of getting back to the craft, you know what I mean? Like, in a lot of my rhymes or a lot of my stuff, you can always hear it. I don't curse.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that there was no cursing, and also you're doing all different speeds. So you can do fast rap, you can do slow rap, you can sing well. I was impressed, man.
Man, I appreciate it, man. It's just getting back to the essence of hip hop for real. Like, when you first heard the first rap songs, when the first stuff, you wasn't hearing the cursing, and I wanted to just perfect my craft. It's so easy. It's so easy to rhyme things with curse words. You know what I mean? It's like a cop out.
Most def. Yeah, no, you're right. It is a cop out. Especially when your name is Tucker, bro. I'm telling you, it's just a complete cop out when your name's Tucker. I'll tell you what.
Most def.
Oh, no, I respect that, though. I respect that you don't curse, and I respect the ethic behind it. So tell me a little bit more. You're rapping a lot about family. I notice you're rapping about wives and not being sluts, but being wives, not being baby mamas, but being wives. You were talking about your children, so I know you're a dad. So get in a little bit of that, I know that's, like, part of the ethic here, tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, like, for real, man, my family is like, it's the most important thing to me. And then just, being conscious of it, Like, I just want to be, I'm a normal person. I don't want you to think it's like all this old, when people listen to Jarmel Reece album, and that's why this is my first release is being Jarmel Reece. I used to go by Tyrant, a little Ty, and, it's my first release is Jarmel Reece, and it's basically me. I'm starting to let people into me, and when I got off into it, people was like, "Why are you calling the first thing they think is when I call the album the Holy Bible? The first thing they think is religion, and it's not that it's religion. It's my rap book. My rap book is the Holy Bible. It's the Holy Bible into me, Jarmel Reece."
Oh, I get it, and I know John Maxfield, the producer, was telling me that, and I love how that's really the spin is that your rhymes are your rap Bible.
Right, man. And people, and that's been, a lot of people, like, they get scared when they see the actual name of the album. I don't even know if there's nobody that ever put out an album called the Holy Bible.
Yeah, I think you may be the first one, man. You may be the first.
Yeah, so, I mean, people get scared when they see it. People that's in religion be like, "Oh, why did you name your album the Holy Bible?" Like, that's something, like it's something crazy. But I think whatever your Holy Bible is, it's your truth. You know what I mean? It's your truth. It's you. It's and what they say is the good book, or they call it the Holy Bible, is the truth, quote unquote, for the rest of the world, or for Christians and religion things. So I just named it the Holy Bible to express my truth, which is Jarmel Reece's truth.
Well, and I had friends that put out an album a long time ago called The Manual, and their vision behind the manual was they were writing their own manual for how to live. So the manual to them was like the manual of life, you know, and they actually wrote it as a manual so that it was printed in the lyrics as an official manual. And then they sang those lyrics too and worked them into their songs. So that was pretty creative.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah, that was a creative way to do it. But it sounds something like that to me. Like this is your Bible, your manual, your book of you know, your last will and testament, if you will. And I don't mean that you're dying. I just mean this is what you're trying to say.
Definitely.
Yeah. I hear it in there too. And so many of the ideas are so coherent, even while you're doing it with this, I would say, rapid fire pop delivery, and the hooks are pretty poppy and the beats are pretty poppy. So it's kind of this, like, I would call it like a fusion of kind of pop production with like an underground sensibility and conscientious lyrics that haven't been heard since, I don't know, Fugees or some older groups, you know?
Wow, man, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I put a lot of hard work into this one, man. Like I took a lot of time just to put this one together. It took me a while, maybe probably about even with this Holy Bible, or just even transforming into this person or transforming into that music. It took me about 2-3 years even to perfect this craft, because I started when I first started doing music. I was doing the same type of stuff that everybody else was doing with the hip hop, more commercialism and all that type of stuff. But then I decided I wanted to try something new and challenge myself, because I didn't feel like it became too easy. It became too easy. I put a lot of time into this, man. So for you to tell me that that you like what you was hearing, and it really means a lot.
Well, and I could hear the leap, too, because when you put a lot of time into something and you got a guy who's as wonderful a producer as I know John Maxfield is, you got somebody that's also, like, seriously putting a lot of tender love and care on his own time into making it sound awesome. And I heard all the production value on there, the mix, the mastery, it's wonderful. But beyond that, you know, the beats are sick. They're a nice blend of old school and new school. The delivery is unique, but still apropos, and it's smart, and it's not just smart. There's like wisdom in it, which, you know, I don't hear in every rap song. Like you said, you know, it's pretty typical and easy to go the route of just talking about the same old stuff. You know, our caller right before this was saying that from Paleface Junkies, who were featuring. He was saying, you know, a lot of people just try and go with the commercial route, you know, but he came up in the golden era. He's in his 40s. He remembers when it was more about community and more about making statements and more about trying to get people to think and et cetera, you know? And that's different than a lot of pop music today. At least it's on MTV and the radio.
Right. I mean, you know, you gotta, it's like somebody said to me a while ago, it's like, you know, music goes through changes. And I definitely see the change in music coming, and I know that I'm going to be a part of it, you know what I'm saying, as far as the change. And you got, even with the guys that's in this industry or whatever, you got your Kendrick Lamar, you got your J. Cole's, you got the cats, you got Big Crit, you got some cats that's really talking about conscious movement. You know what I mean? And it's starting to come back into the light where people are starting to talk about substance. And so
it's true.
You know, it's a slow change. You can't go from listening to some club music all the way conscientious. It has to go through changes. It has to go through bridges for everybody to be able to relate to what's going on. So I think for real, just the music that I'm making, or, you know, that's going to be coming, is going to be more substance and conscientious too. I think hip hop is going to go back to where it's supposed to go to.
That's right. Which is a nice blend of the two. I don't think it needs to be one way or the other. When albums get too preachy, they bore me too. You know what I'm saying? I like it when it's a nice blend.
You need it. I mean, the reality of it is just like you got all the songs that you need Lil Wayne, just like you need Common Sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You need it needs balance, but I think it was too much of I think it was too much overbalance. It's not enough for the other side right now. And that's where the line has to be drawn, where it's like, okay, we gotta bring back some real music, because at the end of the day, even when you had Tupac, you still had a song like "Woof, There It Is."
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, man. You know what's funny, Jarmel? We were listening to jock jams at my job the other night. The manager put on some jock jams. So you heard all these 90s, like early 90s, like hip-hop songs, like they were serious, you know, like Ice Ice Baby and Tootsie Roll and Who Let the Dogs Out. And like this was the hip-hop of 1991, bro, you know? I mean, at the same time as The Chronic and Doggy Style and all the stuff that defined it, Straight Outta Compton and all this stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You needed it. You know what I mean? Like, people who always sit around and be like, what you think about this? I love it, because at the end of the day, like, you know, I used to want to go to the clubs and kick it. I still like to be able to be at a party, and I want to hear some music that's going to have me in that party mode. You know, I don't want to hear too much conscientious while I'm in the party. I'm partying and kicking it. But then when I'm out and I'm driving, maybe I want to hear some real music. You know, it needs balance.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's also why I love all different types of music, and don't just say that as a throwaway line to people. But when they go, what kind of music are you into? I'm like, all of it, good music, good music.
Yep.
Because there's lots of good music everywhere, man. And sometimes I'm in the mood for classical, and sometimes I'm in the mood for jazz, and sometimes I'm in the mood for rap, and sometimes that rap can be underground or overground or wherever the fucking ground it is. You know, for real, man.
Yep. Straight up, man. You gotta expand yourself. Like that's one thing. You know, like I've gotten off into listening to jazz. I listen to blues. You know, sometimes that's even, I get on late at night on YouTube and just listen to blues or jazz. And I was listening to Kenny G the other day, you know what I'm saying? Like,
there you go, Michael Bolton, yeah.
Like Michael Bolton or something. I mean, just it's crazy. You'll be surprised what I listen to, but it's just to have the ear. You know, I would like to play with Kenny G playing behind me, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing, and we make a song together.
Dude, that'd be sick if you do it with that one. That's it. That'd be sick. Bring that one back around, dude. I just said you should do it, man.
Hey, man, look, actually, I was thinking about getting that. That's crazy you just said that. I was thinking about bringing that one back, too.
Because that's some smooth shit. You could do, like, the total lay you down on satin sheets song right there, dude. That'd be like the baby making jam right there, dude. Just like it was when he put it out.
Make some baby making music, huh?
That one's like, draw a bath, get some oils. Where's the loofah? Oh, man. Well, it's really been nice having you on the show, Jarmel. We got to wrap it up, but you got any shout-outs? And what's coming up for you in the future? What's on the horizon? I know we got the new album dropping on August 20th, The Holy Bible. What else is coming up?
That's all we can say, man. Then we got your joint coming out the same day.
I know, man. Isn't that cool? 2 albums on the same day.
Hey, man. Look. That's all I gotta say. Just go buy those albums. Make sure you go get both of them. You know what I mean? And shout out to you. You know what I mean? Maxfield. You know, everybody that, you know what I'm saying, that just supported, and make sure you go and get those albums.
It's true, man. Tantrum Niche Records is such a great place to work with, and you know, he's such a cool guy to work for. And I know this is a labor of love on a lot of levels for John, but I gotta say, dude, great shit. He always does great work, man. And I've loved what I heard of yours, so I'm excited to hear the whole album. Stoked it's coming out. You're right. Go to tantrumniche.com, make a donation of any amount, and we will give you music. That's our promise.
Most definitely, man. Appreciate you, Tucker, for having me.
Hey, man, Jarmel, much love, man. Peace. We'll definitely bump you in the future, dude. We're going to bump you definitely next week on the show, so I'll get back in touch with you, bud.
All right, most def.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.
Well, there we go, John. Yet another fine young man calling in.
You meet the nicest people here.